Leo, a very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. This is you versus them. All right. So this doesn't have to be someone, guys, that's in your life. It can be. It can be someone that you haven't heard from for ages. Okay. But sometimes you just might feel their presence, because they're thinking a lot about you or these kind of things. All right. So it's you versus them. And, don't try to make it fit, Leo. Just, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, keep it moving. All right. It's a general reading. It's not a personal reading, guys. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, welcome back. So, Leo, how this person sees you, okay? And, you can put together the puzzle here, all right? Who this might be for you. How they see you. Okay. All right, we've got Three of Cups in reverse, okay? They see you, Leo, as not wanting to reunite. They might see you as maybe not, as visually out there in the social scene that maybe you guys shared, these kind of things. But this person sees you as you're not interested in reuniting. Interesting reading, Leo. How do you see them? You see them as slowly getting over some kind of a disappointment, opening up again. Okay, so do you remember what I was saying to you? This could be someone that, you haven't seen or heard from for a long time, but you might feel that their presence is around you, or you're thinking, why are they coming to my mind? Does that make sense? And sometimes, very often, it can be that they are overly thinking about you, all right? It's almost like psychic attack, It doesn't have to be sinister, guys. Psychic attack can actually be someone that is really tuning into your energy from a distance even. And it would just come in flashes to you when you're doing something, where you're totally in the moment, like painting the ceiling or, threading a mala or whatever you do, right? And they would come to your mind. You think, that's weird. Why did they come to my mind? Sometimes it's because they're thinking about you, all right? If you believe in this kind of stuff, guys. All right, so how do you see them? You see them as kind of like getting over some kind of disappointment and opening up again. Their challenge. All right, some of you, this might be long distance, might be somebody overseas, okay? Their challenge is to remain optimistic. We've got 2 3s here, okay? I'm just wondering, Leo, this might be someone that you've moved on from, okay? Or they've moved on from you. And yeah, okay. Your challenge, we've got death in reverse here. And so I don't know whether there might have been a lack of closure in this situation, or things aren't really come to an end, a definite end. Okay? I'm just wondering what's going on here, Leo. Okay, mutual energies, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so this is about the mutual energies. You're both not nurturing the situation as maybe you once did. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This could also be like a card of non-commitment, and maybe on the feminine, for my feminine viewers, maybe you didn't want to commit to this person. We're going to go deeper with this reading and find out what this is all about, right? But this might be a shock. This might be someone that you've long left in the rearview mirror, Leo. And suddenly, they come to your mind, and it might be because they're thinking about you, right? So a challenge to be optimistic for them, a challenge that, looking out and wondering, woulda, coulda, shouldas, these kind of things, all right? Any idea who this is, Leo? So, why do they see you as the Three of Cups in reverse here? Yeah, look, they don't see you as communicating with them, all right? 8 of Wands in reverse here, Aries, Leo. I always do the Leo readings after Aries, so forgive me, sometimes the energies can bleed in. But a lot of you, because a lot of my personal clients are actually Leos, dating or dealing with Aries people. So there you go. Many factors at play here, guys. So yeah, look, they see you as not communicating, and you're not into reuniting. Another scenario, all right, because it's not a personal reading. Another scenario is you're not communicating or talking or saying anything about maybe you're seeing somebody else now. It could be a third party, right? And remember, if it's from their perspective, it doesn't mean to say that anyone's cheating. It could just mean that they might be thinking a lot about you and you're dating somebody else. So for them, it's like you're not communicating because you're dating somebody else. All right. So there's 3 people in their mix. Does that make sense? But there's only one in yours. Am I making sense here? All right. So you see them some of you, all right, just for some of you, how you see them as maybe slowly opening up again, and you see them as the King of Cups in reverse here. You don't see this person as loving. You might actually see this person, all right, just for some of you, all right, they might have a drink problem, just saying, but the King of Cups in reverse here, a lot of cups, all right, in reverse. But yeah, you don't see them as, you see them as the King of Cups in reverse, all right? This is all out of love, you know? Maybe this is how you feel about them, all right? Maybe, just for some of you Leos, you don't feel that the challenge is that this person won't let go, and yet you're not even putting in any work here, all right? Just wondering what's going down. Yeah, look, this person, they fluctuate from being quite hopeful about a connection with you, whatever form that takes, Leo, and they're in their head about it. So they go from being very optimistic and, yeah, I can win this, to in their head. I don't know what went down in the past, or if this is someone you're currently with, they might think that you're cheating. I'm just saying, you know, with the Three of Cups in reverse here, and you're not communicating about it, or communication has kind of like died. You've switched up or switched off from communicating with them. Just for some of you, not a personal reading, guys, remember. So mutual energies, not actually working on it and nurturing it and freeing yourselves, okay? And the Empress, is this you, Leo? Is this you saying, look, you know, well, enough's enough, you know, I'm out. The Empress, all right, in this situation, you know, you could just be freeing yourself from a past situation, or a situation that's just ended and it's still not fully closed out, or even though you're not working on it, you know, there's residue always there when we come out of romantic relationships, guys. And you're freeing yourself to meet the Empress, all right, which is the one, if you like. You know, it's a beautiful card if we're talking about love. And so, yeah, I think it's on your side, Leo. I think this person's thinking about you, all right, because this is all what this reading's about. And they're optimistic. It's a challenge that they're optimistic, and then they're in their head, so they're really up and down about the whole thing. Don't know what went down between you guys, but whatever. Let's have a look. So, tell me more. How you might know who this person is, Leo. Okay, make the effort, all right? But it came out in reverse. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I don't think you're putting any work here, all right? Making the effort, you know, no work. It's a challenge. Maybe, you know, you don't think it's not that over, like, you know, fully healed, but you're not putting in the effort. Or this could be advice, you know, don't put any effort into this situation. Or you could flip the script, right? It doesn't have to be all about Leo. This could be a cross-watcher read, okay? Just for some of you. Where am I going? I don't want that deck. Let's have a look. So why is this person, the Three of Wands, right, going from being hopeful to totally in their head? Some of you might be long distance, okay? And that's really bugging this person. They might think that when you go a bit silent or you're not in contact, they think that you're up to something, Leo. It's how they see you, their perspective, right? Doesn't have to say that this is what you are or what you're doing. I want you to move on. I don't want to repeat things. And it came out in reverse. For some of you guys, this person doesn't want you to move on, okay? And then we've got, I wanted to date you and not your family. How does this resonate, or how does this fit with you, Leo? You know? Kind of an interesting reading. So let's have a look at this now. So why do you see him as the King of Cups in reverse, all right, and the Four of Cups in reverse? So, you know, the Four of Cups in the upright, it's all about apathy. It's like, you know, there'd be many suitors around you. You don't even pay attention because you're disappointed and you're apathetic towards love and connections. When it's in reverse, it's coming out of that energy. I'm sorry, forgive me. What is this here? And then we got playful, childlike. Okay, one more. And then we got marriage material. This is how you see them. I'm just wondering, For some of this might be someone that you cheated on, Leo. I'm just saying, all right? We're all accountable here. Or, you've moved on from and now there's somebody else in your life and this person, maybe you're having, you know, some doubts there, okay, as to the decisions that you made. Why is that here? The death in reverse. This is like something not really fully transformed or or not over, but it's a challenge not to put any work into it. What's this all about here? Money is an issue right now. Is this you? Maybe you've got money issues here, and your work might be part of a factor here. And I do my best to avoid you at all costs. So I don't know what this is all about, Leo. Don't try to make it fit. I mean, if it resonates and you understand what's going on here, but it looks like the mutual energies is not really working and nurturing the situation. They see you as not communicating, maybe about a third party, or maybe you're not communicating and you don't want to reunite. They're in their head, a little bit optimistic about it, thinking about what if I do this and what if I do that and blah, blah, blah. I want you to move on. I don't want to repeat, but I want you to move on. I don't want to repeat things. Came out in reverse. This person fluctuates between they really want to kind of try again, but they see you as not wanting to reunite. Whatever happened here, Leo, some advice in this situation, all right? As I say, for some of you, this could have been years ago, but this is just someone that might have you heavily on their mind, okay? Let's have a look. Your advice in this situation, Leo. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Some of you guys might have moved on from this person, freed yourself because you really want to meet something, Empress material. It's the one. It's like, I don't want to deal with past. Some of you might have just gone, stuff the past. Even though I still might have, it hasn't fully closed out. I might have residue there, emotional residue. Okay, and then we've got friendship. Some of you won't even stay friends with this person. You don't even want the friendship, okay? I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, in reverse. So some of you don't even want to, remain friends with this person. You don't want to put in any effort. And maybe, it's bugging you that maybe this person, for some of you, kind of like won't leave you alone. Just for some of you, all right? They could be a bit pesty, all right? So just watch out for that, Leo. Let's have a look. A positive message, okay, in this situation. And some of you might be totally unaware of this person, thinking about you and that they're optimistic and yet they're in their head and they don't really want you to move on. Let it go. This just came out for Aries, and this has been shuffled multiple times. Let it go. It's time to heal. Let go of the negative thoughts that are consuming you, Leo. Don't waste your energy on them any longer. And you know what? It's all about you staying in the Empress energy here. Not taking anything less than the Empress deserves. And Two of Swords in reverse. Freeing yourself to do that, to open up the opportunities to meet. The one, if you like, just for some of you, all right? Again, it's not a personal reading, guys. A song, Leo, regarding this situation, okay? Now, it could be a song that's, it could be a subliminal message in the song, which is what this person would say to you, or a feeling or something, all right? This deck works in strange ways. Okay, this is a... Gymnopédies by Eric Satie, #1. It's a piano song, and I'm just wondering whether this person might be go into melancholy. Okay, I don't know what went down with you and this person, but they might be a bit melancholic. All right, so full of optimism, then in their head, and then the middle ground is melancholy. All right, and some of them, just for some of you. Okay, when you see them as the King of Cups in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse, this person, their go-to how they heal situations is they might hit the bottle and go into a melancholic state. All right, so that's how you might know who this person is, Leo. Tell me more about this person. Okay. More about this person, how you might know it is. Okay, this person, all right, you might know them as being sometimes a little bit needy, and then they would switch up on you. Okay, a bit of a shapeshifter. Okay, so that's how you might know who this is. Um, but yeah, it seems like this person could get a little bit melancholic and use alcohol to really to numb their emotions. Because they're fluctuating between being really hopeful with the Three of Wands here and the Nine of Swords. And so they might have a coping mechanism or use alcohol. I'm not saying abuse it, all right, but they might use it. These kind of things. It's interesting reading. Leo, any ideas who this might be? Let's have a look. I want to leave you with a positive message now. All right, I've already pulled one of these, but that was regarding the situation. That was about letting it go. But for you, your life in general, outside of this, one of these, something for you to consider, Leo. Trust and receive. Amazing work. Your terrible reading, guys, sorry. Amazing work. Your persistence is paying off. Trust the process and expect to receive very soon. And this is the mutual energies, all right? But I think it's more on your side. It's about you, freeing yourself to really nurture Empress-worthy situations, people, places, and things, Leo. Maybe that boat has sailed in this situation, but this person is a bit melancholic about what's going down or what went on with you. So that's who is on that, who's got you on their mind, Leo. I hope you enjoyed that. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out on moderntarot.net or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to help you. In the meantime, Leo, I'll see you in your mid-month readings. Look after yourselves and stay in the Empress. Take care. Bye now.